Hi everyone, I'm Shanice and this is Her to You, and welcome back to another week of my healing journey. So, this week I'm going to be discussing, I'm on the journey of negative self talk. So, during this healing process, um, it's been a lot of just ups and downs with my emotions. So, every other week, I take on Her to You, I take on a healing journey, I take on a topic. And so these topics are personal to me. These topics are real things that I struggle with. These topics are real things that I am working on myself with on a daily basis to overcome, because healing is it's just like fitness, how they describe fitness as it's a lifestyle change, or when you plan on eating better, it's a lifestyle change. And so healing, taking ownership of your healing and wanting to be a better person, it's a lifestyle. It's something that you have to work on daily. Every day you have to work on certain habits and changing certain ways of thinking, really. And so it's challenging because you've created these habits that you've developed. You know what I'm saying? Whether intentionally, subconsciously, and they're natural to you. So you're just going and going and going until you notice that they're detrimental to you and you want to change them. And changing them is not easy because, again, you're used to doing it and that is your comfort zone. And as we all know, when you're stepping out of your comfort zone, it becomes uneasy. So, so to be totally honest, every week has been a challenging week to me, and like I said, I'm super thankful for getting the advice of making Her to You every other week, in with crop top session, dealing with one thing 1 week at a time. Because when I dive into crop top session, I'm on my fitness, that's when I can release these emotions and these feelings and just be in that setting. Um so basically, the what week was it? I think it was the week before when I discussed. Listen, I think it was a week before or 2 weeks ago. And when I say 2 weeks, meaning when I'm doing Her to You, pretty much I was doing the guilt of a single mother. That, oh my God, that knocked like the wind out of me that following week. Like, that had me so exhausted mentally that I basically took the whole crop top session week off. Like, I had material and stuff that I had created, like, for, to have a story, at least a story, but that's all I could do. That's the only thing I can do was add a story. And I rested. Like, I slept. So a lot of that was because I did have a physical injury, but majority of that was mental exhaust. Like, I just was tired of um I just was tired. All those emotions that I had inside and all of those things that I had to deal with were so exhausting to me that I just had to take a break. I had to take a full break. I had to rest. And in that rest period, like every other week, once I go through that, because I'm a private person, and so being able to express myself and say, hey, this is what's going on with me, this is how I feel about this, or whatever, it's hard for me already to get on camera and say, okay, I'm dealing with this, or really putting my business out there. Like, that is hard for me to do. But I knew that on this healing journey, I had to do something that was different to really just get it out of me. And this was the thing that I was called to do, to say, okay, put it out there, because you don't know who else is needing to hear this or needing to be to come out of this situation, you know what I'm saying? And you might be the reason why they come out, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's one person, like, you may be the reason why they can say, okay, you know what, it's not just me, let me also go ahead and come out of whatever situation that I'm in, or understand that I can be healed from it too. And so, like I said, throughout the weeks, once I do a lot of self sabotaging to myself in the process. Like, oh, this ain't gonna be good enough. Oh, this and that. Or you're not going to be able to project well enough. You're not going to be able to, like, ooh, girl, why you telling your business? Don't nobody care. Da, da, da. Like, that is what I deal with. And then once I put it out there, it's like, ooh, you see, I told you shouldn't have did that. I told you shouldn't have did that. And then it just takes me back to it. I just talk to myself like, this ain't good enough, or this ain't this, or this, you didn't have good lighting, or you didn't have this, or you didn't, because I don't wear makeup. Like, you should have had it would have been better if you did this, because you see everybody else having all these looks, and it's like, well, you're not this and you're not that. So crop top helps that moment, because then I'm just focused on my fitness. So I'm so focused on working out, making sure I'm eating properly, that I kind of bat those things like, whatever, it's done. You know what I'm saying? It's done. Now I'm on to this, you know? So that week that I did the guilt trip of a single mother, and I could not do crop top. Oh, baby. That negative self-talk was like, it was like, come on here, sis. Now I got you. Now I get to talk to you this whole time. And I would go to sleep. I was like, no, I'm just gonna go to sleep. And I had said to myself before, like, every time I would wake up, I'm like, are you depressed? Are you depressed? And I'm like, no, I'm not depressed. I'm good. And I wasn't. Like, I can honestly say, no, I wasn't depressed. I just wasn't it just was hard for me to deal with those emotions, those feelings. That was like a big part of my life that I've always held that guilt for. And I was facing it and dealing with it. So it was like, you know what, you're not a good mom. You know, you're not this, or you're not this, or now you too old to be doing this, and you're too this, and you're too that. You're not this, you're not that. And those thoughts were in my head, in my head, in my head, in my head. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I can say today I'm strong. I'm stronger than I was to deal with the negative self-talk, but I can't say that it didn't beat me down. Like, it didn't, like, I would allow it to beat me down for a while before I realized that it was beating me down. And how it was beating me down is that now I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Because I done had a whole battle with myself in my mind. I done had plans to get up and work on stuff or do stuff, and guess what? Now I'm going back to sleep. You know? Or, yeah. So that is what I allowed it to do for a couple days. And then I was like, yo, you got to stop. Like, you have to stop. Like, and so I started to battle with my own self. Like, no, you good. Or no. Or if I made a mistake, like, it's okay. It's okay that you made this mistake. This is what you should do now. Because once I got into back to in crop top, one thing I hate is I hate when I'm consistent on something and then I have to take a break and then I'm not as consistent. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I like to be consistent about is my fitness plan, because I have a plan of where I want that to be, what I want that to look like. And if I take a break, I feel I get so down on myself, like, see, I told you, you're not going to do this. So even when I went back to working out, it was like, oh, see, now you're tired. Now you got to start all over. Now you got to work. Now you got to do this. Now you got to do this. And I had like gained some more weight, and then that was in my head, like, see, you should just be good being, you know what I'm saying, a little trunk, you know what I'm saying, or you shouldn't want your goals is too big. Your goals are not realistic. You're just gonna go ahead and be like this. That is what was going in my head, and it was so ridiculous, because it transferred from her to you to crop top session to beating me up up. It was beating me up. And I had to finally tell myself, like, yo, like, it felt like I was going like this to myself, like, ugh, stop for like 2 seconds. Like, hold on, sis, hold on. And matter of fact, that's what it was. That week of Her to You, it was about coming back, like bouncing back. And I intentionally, matter of fact, yeah, I'm tripping. I intentionally made that for me, even though it is for me and my healing, but I made it for really at that moment right now for me to put in that work and tell myself to replan. That's what it was, to refocus, replan, reward, and all of that. And so, and my reward was just telling myself, because I don't have these big rewards because I'm still trying to focus on my goals, but my reward really is just saying, well, you did good today. Like, telling myself for real, like, you did good today. Like, sis, you did that today. You did great in that workout. You actually did more weight in that workout. You see how you challenge yourself? Like, that is what I do. That is what I do. And I have been noticing that that's been making a difference. Like, usually I, like, on my lunch break, since we work from home, like, I'll take me a nap. But I've noticed every time I take a nap, I feel so tired, like super, super tired. And I don't accomplish the things that I have to accomplish once, like later on in the afternoon. So I had to start telling myself, because like it would be like clockwork. My body would be like, "You're tired. You're tired. Go lay down. You're tired. Go lay down." And I'm like, "No, I actually wasn't really tired, but I guess since I ain't doing nothing, I'll go lay down." So now, I have to be intentional. Like, okay, this is what you're gonna do on your lunch break. Like, you're going to, matter of fact, you're gonna have lunch. Yeah, you're actually gonna have lunch. You're gonna get out the room. You're gonna sit in the living room. You're gonna go cook your food, because I have a lot of time. I have a whole hour. So if I prep, I can cook. I can listen to music. I can enjoy my food and then get back to work. I really can. I've done that. Or I have my food already prepared. I put something on TV, watch, eat, chill, relax, surf the social media, whatever, and then okay, boom, we back on. Or also, what I've noticed, if when I take like a midday shower, that just wakes me up. Like, if I go take a nice shower, so yeah. So what I was doing was I was doing all of them, but what I really liked is going eat, then I'm gonna take a shower, cause I do be having itis no matter what. All of a sudden it's time to get back to work, and I'm like, oh shoot, you should have took that nap. I'm tired. So I've learned to combat that with a shower. So I would eat, cook, eat, and then go take me a shower. By the time I got out the shower, I'm feeling fresh. Now I want to listen to some music, and I'm back at work. So I've had to learn to combat my self-talk, my talk in my head, like, no. Lately, since it's been every other day, it's been nice. I picked up my walks again, going to the park and walking. And with that, like, I see people running. Like, it be just, your mind just be on some bull sometimes if you don't have it properly trained. So, like, I see people running. Mind you, I'm at a good pace. Like, I be hitting it walking. I'm not a cross country. I can do some sprints, no problem. But I don't really like long distance running. I don't. And I know that about myself. Like, I know that about myself. And I don't have to prove that to anybody either. That's enough. I don't have to actually prove that. I ran cross country when I was younger. I ran sprints when I was younger. So I do know the difference, and I know I don't like cross country, even though I know I could do it if I, train myself to do it, but I don't like it. I like quick sprints. So even with knowing that about myself, I'm looking at the people running and I'm feeling less than. Like, maybe I should be running. Should I run? Should I try to run? And I'm like, sis, no. No, you are not about to run. You're not about to run. And then I told myself, oh, you're never. So then myself said, this is what myself told myself. You're never going to run. You're never not going to run. And I caught myself like, nah, don't say never. You don't know what's going to happen. Just right now we walking. That is what we're doing. Right now we walking. So it may seem, to everybody who got they head intact, this may seem crazy to you that there are people out here that have three different conversations with themselves. But yeah, that is what happened. so so this week I am going to be discussing, negative self-talk, and how we can combat that, and how we can help you and I. And these things, again, I put into practice before. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to you guys with it because I went through it for 2 weeks. I went through it as far as knowing that I was going through it. Like I'm having too many conversations. Everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet because right now I'm just about to go to sleep instead of making a decision. So, and then not only that, I'm at a point where I know some things about myself. Like I'm definite that I'm not about to run right now. Like that's not what I'm on right now. I am doing boxing. I am working out 4 days a week. Yeah, I'm doing something 7 days a week actually. No, 6. I would say 6 days a week. Sunday I do like going up in the morning, but I gotta go to church too. So I have done every other Sunday where I might go walk early in the morning, because I don't go super early, which I can, but it'd be still kind of like dark. So I'm just waiting for it to lighten up because I can go before church. But regardless, see, you see what I'm doing? That's what I'm doing. I had a whole fight in front of y'all. So what I'm saying is this is I don't have anything to prove to anyone. And there was no need for me to run. When I'm doing enough for myself, I know what goals I have for myself. I know what plans I have for myself. And my regimen right now, as it is suffice for that. And then if it changes because I get stronger or want a different goal or something, then we'll assess that at that time. And I know better. So like I said, I went through several stages of negative self-talk, and it was very important for me. I'm telling you, every time I'm on the line with y'all, every time I get on, my phone's going off. Any other time is dead. But yeah, so I just want you guys to be just as intentional as I am, because this is an individual fight, and I'm not sure how many people go through it. I know I go through it. I know people who have confided in me, they go through it too. So I know we can't be the only one, because the mind is a tricky thing. So that's all that I have, as far as that. I just wanted to really, like, I don't have, it being as broken down as I have it the other time, because I just wanted to give my testimony. That's all I really wanted. I wanted to give you real time what has been happening and what I have been experiencing when it comes to self-talk. So yeah, so that's what I have. That is what I have, and I'm glad that you guys tuned in and stayed on, and listened to that good old testimony about self-talk. And I pray that you guys as well can overcome it and become yourself and be sound-minded and be able to make decisions, and not allow yourself to be talked out of your dreams, because that's the biggest thing too, and that's what I've done that to myself plenty of times. I've talked myself out of so many opportunities for myself by just letting myself know that you're not good enough to do it. And now we're not about to have that. You're self-sabotaging yourself. That's crazy. That is crazy, but that is reality that we really tend to do it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person where it's not so much about what other people think of me. That's not a thing for me. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's what I've allowed myself to tell myself. And that is the thing that I can't I can't wait to knock that up out the box, because she gonna be powerful once that is healed and gone, and the Lord just oh yeah, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. Nobody. Nobody. Because I'm just gonna be straightforward, and I'm gonna know my path, and I'm gonna know my way, and I'm gonna keep it moving. So that's it for me. Again, thank you for tuning in to Her to You. Go ahead and click that link in the bio to subscribe, comment, and of course, like. I appreciate you again, guys, for coming on to listen to me give my testimony. But again, go ahead and click on that link in the bio and subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know how you guys handle self negative talk. You know what I'm saying? Self sabotage, all of that. All right, guys, have a good one.